What's going on, guys? Borla A3 back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be prepping for autocross by doing some basic maintenance on the A3. In today's video we're just going to be doing an oil change and a basic look over the car. And yeah, so we're going to get her put on the ramps here in 3, 2, 1. Alright, now that it's on the ramps, I'm just going to go over basic things on how to maintenance these cars and what we're going to be looking for to set up for autocross. Alright, so we're servicing the A3 today. We're going to start by pulling off this engine cover. You just kind of pull on it. Nothing too major. Boom, done. Set this over here. I always like to just pop my oil cap, set it right there, and then grab this, put that in there. It's not going to go nicely, I can promise you that. Next, we're going to pull off this oil filter. This right here, 32 millimeter socket. And we're just going to get this thing off. That is the easy part about these cars, is that they have the top side oil filter. So they're pretty easy to service for the most part, as far as your basic oil change goes. And then your filter's in here. This filter looks pretty solid. Not too much going on in there. Set this down. You're kind of just looking for like shiny, and there's none of that, so that can go in there. Look at that. Another thing, I also like to just pull that up. You don't have to, but I do it. We all do things a little differently. And then there's a gasket right here, and then you're just gonna boom. You're just gonna do that right there. Yeah, make sure you have towels on standby. You will need them. Especially with oil filters like this, you're gonna end up needing them. So it's better just to already have them. Alright. So now we're gonna take our filter. Here's the oil filter that I use. And just gonna kind of tear it open. And you're gonna just, what I usually do is just run my finger in here, get some oil, and then kind of just run the gasket around my fingers. Then you just kind of go over the top. Right back into place right there. Drop in your filter, make sure it clicks. It will click, and you're gonna have to listen for that. And you're gonna just drop this back in there. You thread it by hand. Always thread it by hand first. So pretty much get it hand tight and then finish it with your 32 millimeter socket. Done. There's that. Now that that part's done, gotta dry my hands off here of all this oil. For the next part, I'm gonna put gloves on because we're definitely gonna need it. But while we're in the engine bay, what I will tell you to look for is look at your coolant. Mine's fine right now. That'll tell you if you have low coolant all the time, you have a water pump issue. That's common on these cars. Just keep an eye on it is what I'll recommend. And then just look at other things, connections, things like that. Like, I know these are all good, so I'm not worried about it. And then that's pretty much it for down here, or up here, sorry. Now we're gonna go under the car, get the skid plate off. And we're gonna be using this again, most likely. So, yeah. Okay, and then we got our extra drain plug here. I always replace those just because it's a good precaution. And don't worry, this is not for anything drain plug related. This is strictly just for the skid plate. I believe it's like a T15. I could be completely wrong, so I'm gonna bring the whole socket set with me. And then you absolutely will need a 13 millimeter for the back skid plate bolt. And actually, let me grab right here, grab my light, and then gonna set all this down right here. Oh, come on. Stick to something. I know what you're supposed to do. Okay. So you're gonna have one here. Not sure if y'all can see that right here. Yep, T15. And then there's gonna be, I think, one more over there. And then there's one here, here, here. And then there's a T40, two T45s, and a 13 mil right there. So let's get that off. Okay. So we're gonna look for our T15 on here. T15. Oh, it's a T25. I knew it had something to do with a 5 at the end of it. So T20, T25. These sets are always a pain in the ass. Okay, so I didn't end up needing that one. I need this one for the whole thing. You're gonna come on. One. Two. And my light's in the way, but pretty much 3. And then where else? I haven't had to take this thing off in a long time, so I don't really remember. Okay, so this one's missing this one. Good to know. One. Two. Okay, then we're gonna switch to our T45, which is T30. What is this? T35? T45 right here. Come on. Okay, it doesn't want to go on. There we go. Right here is going to be your T45. And not that there. No, I should put that one over there. Another one right here. Put that over on this side. And then your T13 is going to be right here. Or T13. Sorry, 13 millimeter. I don't know, man. I don't know anything about anything. Okay. Yep, and as you can already see, the whole thing's just kind of falling on me. So there you go. And now you got access to your oil pan. And while you're down here, you're just gonna want to look. Just take a look at everything, make sure nothing's leaking. You got no oil pan leaks, because we fixed that. Thank God. But everything else looks good. No axle leaks. No oil anywhere. This is what you want to see down here. I know a lot of these Audis don't like to do that. They like to... They like leaking. It's their, like, pastime. I'm asking Audi what it does for fun. It says leak. So then you're just gonna pull this up and out of here. These clips usually break. Don't worry about that. Just set it off to the side. Get your drain pan. Make sure if you have these little inserts, take them out. Just cause, you know, then your thing is it's gonna stop draining. And then just start filling. Or it's gonna stop draining into the bottom. It's just gonna start filling the top. So you don't wanna do that. So you always wanna have your little drains open. I think that's gonna be the right size flathead. I know there's a specialty tool for it, but I wasn't gonna pay $30 for a specialty tool when I don't need it. So we're gonna go back under, take our flathead. Keep hitting the camera on everything. I am not used to this. Okay. I'm gonna actually hold it this way. Okay. Wrong size. One bigger. I hope I have a bigger one. That would really suck. This one should work. But I would say, just to avoid this issue, just buy the tool. Honestly, just buy the tool. Only time I'm gonna side with Audi on the specialty tool thing, just buy the tool. It ain't worth it. Seriously? There we go. I was gonna say, what? Oh, okay. There. Easy as that. Now, where'd that go? So you're just gonna look at your oil. Make sure it's all the right color. Ooh. It's not a great color. Not a bad color either. Still smells like oil, so. I'd say it's pretty good. Why does it keep doing that? So seriously. Oh my God. That's why. I was wondering where my drain plug went. It landed in the little drain hole. Oh, Jesus Christ. Please drain. Making me nervous. It keeps exploding. Stop popping. Alright, there we go. oil got a burble to him, bro. Damn. Yeah, I don't see any issues with this oil. Definitely no metal in there, which is awesome. Great to see. It's always a worry of mine with these things called oil changes, is having metal in the oil, especially with how hard I push this car. You know, it's one of those things where you're like, I'm not gonna put it past it, you know, but you still don't want it to happen at all. And as far as like intervals, a lot of people do intervals differently. I like to do every 3,000, 3 to 4,000, just to, you know, be safe. And then while that drains, I'm gonna change my gloves, get the plug unbagged, and then, yeah, get this ready, and this ready. Put those right here. I do use Liqui Moly 540, as you see. Definitely a good oil. It's all I've ever ran since I owned the car. Even on the original motor, I used Liqui Moly 540. So again, you always want to use the same oil every single time. It's you know, it's just what your engine's used to. It's used to those additives and stuff like that. You know, your engine has a memory too. So, you know, it'll wanna, you know, it's like when you have a favorite soda. It's like you remember that specific soda. If somebody changed it and told you it was that, you would know immediately that it wasn't. That's how your engine thinks about oil. Same thing with your cooling system with coolant. You never want to mix two different kinds of coolant because it can gel up. I assume it's probably the same thing with things like transmission fluid. Just kind of the same concept, you know. All right. Okay. Oh, we're gonna. Oh. Can't see. Get oil all over it. Whatever. I'll clean it. Oh, son of a bitch. All right. Okay. Give me my flathead. Damn. Alright. See, struggles is the name of the game with these Germans. Struggles, and then more struggles. Here's another time where you want the tool so that it's tightened correctly. There. Should be tight. There. Alright. Change my gloves again. Come down here, clean it up. I'm just gonna use brake clean. Make sure if you are using brake clean, shouldn't have to say this, but there's a bunch of idiots out there. If you're using brake clean, have a door cracked. Just kind of common sense. It's a chemical. Actually almost out of it. Need to get another can. And then, you know, just clean whatever you touched that could be oily, or, you know, just anything you touched, pretty much. Alright, so yeah, that's nice and clean now. And for down here, yeah, see, I can already feel the effects of the brake clean on my eyes. And yeah, I'm very... Spray that on a rag. And go up. Clean the plug off. Don't do what I just did. That went in my eye. So don't do that. Be careful down here with the brake clean. Don't hit this. That'll stop reading oil pressure and level. So just be careful. Careful when using brake clean or any other chemical. You know, the stuff that shouldn't have to be explained, but it does every time. And then as far as the old plug, I just inspect it, you know, look at your gasket, you know, and then look at your top. Mine's okay. Oh, yeah, it's really starting to burn. And just throw it away. Yeah, you don't really need it for anything. Unless you plan on reusing it. But plastic pan with a plastic plug, I would not ever recommend reusing the plug. Especially because if you buy them on places like ECS Tuning, they're literally $1. And if you buy the kit that I bought, they come included. So it is like $90 to get it shipped, but it's the price you pay for quality things. Get another set of gloves so I can finish my cleanup routine. And then after we clean up, I'm gonna show you what else I'm gonna go over. Just basic things. So yeah, this will be like a multi-part series, because of, you know, the fact that we're doing autocross this year. A little different from us. I say us like it's a team thing, but it's different from the channel. You know, because I've posted racing before, you know, things like sim mainly, and you know, short runs with my buddies, or you know, some, you know, stupid and easy. Hey, oh my god, what is that? Sorry, I got distracted. What is this? What size is this? Oh my god, it's my long lost 7mm. I found it. Guys, I found it. I don't remember when it went missing or why it went missing. I couldn't tell you. Put this back up. Then we gotta go back down. Keep going up, down, up, down, up, down, but things gotta get done. Alright, so it does go, alright, it does go like this, not the other way around. Okay, So my biggest tip for the install is to have this one ready to go, your 13. That way, at least then, oh man. There it is. There. That way it stays up when you need it to. It's not gonna fall down. It literally can't now. I usually just work back to front. So get our T's. That went in backwards or cross. Okay, went in the same way. Whatever. Where's my other? There it is. Okay, again, same thing. Boom. Backside's done. Now, oh god. Keep hitting the camera. What an idiot. Just tried to put my T45 where my T25 goes. That doesn't fit, does it? One, two, three. Oh, my keys. Put these up there. Set these here for a second. Whew. I hope the camera's getting all of this. That would really suck if y'all never had the angle. And right here. Done. Now, arguably, the most important part. Now we're going to fill it with oil. Arguably, the most important part. Well, first we're going to do a mini cleanup because we're done with most of this, or all of this stuff actually. Alright, so we got the car filled up with oil. It is 5.7 quarts, and this is 528, this says right here, so we use this whole thing, and then about half of this one. So now, what you're going to do is you're just going to start it up. Come in here, make sure if you're in a garage, make sure it's open, or cracked a little bit, something like that, and you just... sucking in right here. Beautiful. I usually let it idle down. What I am gonna show you guys while I let this I work with this. Where is it? Oh, it's in. Okay, oops. You're gonna go to your OBD11 app. If you have OBD11, I would recommend getting yourself OBD11. Alright. With this, you can do a lot of different things. Like I have an RS3 startup just for fun. I think it's funny. This does take a minute, so just give it a second. But you can do things like that. Yeah, I have oil temp. It doesn't start reading until I think it's like 120 degrees. So I believe you go into engine and then long coating. Okay, never mind. Change service. Basic settings. Okay. So I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit, but I'm gonna show you around OBD11 what you can do. Diff lock. Here's the things that I have. I have light show mode. That just flickers the lights. I have this. I can change the function of Haldex, so it's more rear bias now. I did throttle response. You can change your, when it goes into sport, you can change all that. So yeah, you can do a lot with it. But yeah, it should be good now. You just turn it off, and then we're gonna come over here. You're gonna check your oil. Always clean it first so you can get an accurate brand new reading. Beautiful. Perfect on the stick. Now just look around. Let me get my light back. Just look around. See if you see any leaks. I don't see any. That's probably just existing oil from earlier. No leaks down here, which is awesome. So then we're pretty much done. The only thing, because I'm running out of time, the only thing I would do to look over is your tire pressures, especially if you're autocrossing. Get your tire pressures done. Yeah, make sure you got decent tires on there. I need an alignment pretty bad. If you can't see it, it's really bad right here, but yeah, not much to it. Yeah, that was a full service of a 2015 Audi A3. Thank y'all for watching. See you on the next video. Peace.